necessarily discussing my issues, but just being playful and laughing kind of made me zone out and just get lost in the moment. And it really helped. Sports builds character for many guys, and being busy. I had to get into entrepreneurship at some point, but the one that really worked for me was gym. So my partner goes for therapy a lot. Like, she's so consistent a lot of the time. She takes it very seriously. For me, I've just never, it's funny, like I've never, I always wonder what they discuss about when you go for therapy, because
I'll be honest.
I never really had a reason to.
I must be honest. I sat next to this lady. She's a therapist, and you know how you exchange pleasantries. And she said, "I'm a therapist. Here's my number. Call me." And I could get along with her, but just the thought, of going to see her to disclose what issues I may have with her.
Issues you consider private? Yes.
Private, yes. Personal. I'm like, no. And that is wrong. It is so wrong, because just that one visit can save you so much.
Yeah.
Continue.
Yeah, when somebody gets to listen to you, you open up, and it helps. It helps. So
you even get medication.
I'm not so sure.
You do get medication.
Oh, you do?
You do. Because it's a disease. So
somebody told me this, Naila. First of all, a couple of months ago, I used to host the After Hours show when Quach was on the Drive show. And I used to talk to a lot of mental health practitioners. And they used to tell me, Kevin, in most cases, it also starts with the body. It's okay for you to go and seek therapy, but when you're sluggish, you're not moving around, it just doesn't help. So that's one thing that I guess has always worked for me: being very active, working out a lot, moving around, walking. I love to walk. It's interesting. On Sundays, I walked for about 2 hours at Jaffe's. You know what I mean? So those things have worked. Like, I feel good and I feel very content. But I know I have deep-seated issues. I have so much pain in my psyche from the past that I've sort of suppressed. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I asked myself, one day, will I let loose and just express all the painful energies that I've gone through? I don't know, because I feel like I release those energies on the weights in the gym. It's confusing because I don't know if I'm fine. I feel fine.
No, you feel fine because it's temporary. It's temporary. You're working on just the symptoms, but you're not treating the disease. I truly believe there is a reason why we have therapists.
Yeah, it's true.
So those therapists must address those deeper issues so that you are a much more freer person and you can be able to be the very best version of yourself.
I agree.
I think it's just taking that bold step and saying it doesn't mean that I'm weak, because personally, I'm a woman, I'm not a man, but I feel like I've not been able to deal with my issues. I'm going for help.
Right.
And you feel inadequate.
Yeah.
Is that the same for men?
I think getting therapy is one aspect of dealing with the healing process. There's also other things, like I talked about, for example, working out, being active, having a good diet, doing the meditation. For me, what has really also, and it doesn't have to work for everybody, prayer has really, really, really helped. Because sometimes I ask my partner, I'm just like, yo, baby girl, let me ask you something. So when you're talking to this person, okay, they tell you all these amazing things, they listen, but do they ever refer to the Bible? Do they ever refer to God's word? You don't even have to be a Christian, because I believe in spirituality. Like, I genuinely think, and I know, you see, as an individual, you're made up for you to be holistic, you need to work on your body,
mind,
your spirit, your mind, and your soul.
Yeah.
So, therapy, what is it? I feel like it addresses the mind.
But you see, there are people who are chronically sick mentally. And I agree with you. Actually, Jesus is the best therapist you can ever have. But sometimes, if you need help, go to the therapist.
I know. Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
There is a case where this gentleman, he was, I think, told by the wife, no, you can't see, or girlfriend, you can't see. Actually, he's a journalist, Parseo, from KBC. I just had that story today, and it really, really made me feel so sad about that, because he just made that phone call, I want to see my child, and he was denied the access, and he quickly went, I think, on top of, I don't know, the apartment, and he committed suicide. And that was it within 3 minutes. Like, that's
this is a story that was in the news a couple of months ago.
Can you believe it?
Yeah.
So that person had other deeper issues that he was dealing with. It's like he was demon possessed. So it's that bad, by the way. So there are people who, like yourself, yes, prayer will work. And if it works for you, you work out and you're good. But if you still have deeper issues, in my view, I believe you still have to address those. They are painful. It's like a wound. Yeah. You have to address it and just become the best version of yourself.
I like that. Guys, if you're listening to us, one thing you need to know is that this month, the first week of June, is celebrating the Men's Mental Health Month. Yes, and it is a month that is dedicated to raising awareness about mental health issues affecting men and encouraging them to seek help. Now, this month promotes open conversations like we're having over here with my sister Naila, understanding and support for men's mental well-being. You can call us and let us know about your experience. As a man, have you ever thought of going for therapy? Do you feel like you're just suppressing so much pain and anxiety in your psyche? But just like Naila said, maybe one day, zitatoka. You know what I mean? Ama, you're like me. You're just thinking, you're feeling good. You don't think you have issues with your mental health or your wealth, your mental wealth, like I like to put it. I'll tell you something about what my pops told me. Mm-hmm. My dad is in the military, so they had a different way of approaching this thing, or rather dealing with this thing. Mm-hmm. We'll talk about it. Remember, guys, happy Men's Mental Health Month. You got to be my girl. Image Twindikazi.
The Spice Drive, spicing up your drive.